Ladies and gentlemen, it's Saturday Night Vlog with your host, Franklyn McInnis. On tonight's episode, Metals Diecast, Most Wanted Pops, Mail Call, and Pop release dates. Enjoy the show.
I'm going to start off tonight's show by talking about Metals Diecast by Jada Toys. Hey, people, calm down. I never said that this was a show all about Funko Pops. There is room here to talk about other figures as well. Metals Diecast. Take a look, ladies and gentlemen, take a look. These are some pretty cool looking figures. Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman. Well, Superman, maybe not exactly to my liking, but still overall, great looking figures. You take a look at the back of one of their boxes here, you see that they have these figures in variations. You have a lighter version than a darker version. I personally prefer the lighter version. I think the details show much better. In these individual figures, M1 through M8 will run you $9.99 a piece. If you're paying more than that, you're probably getting ripped off. And I'll go ahead and say now, I would not suggest purchasing these through Amazon. The prices are jacked up for sure. Here at the bottom you see that you can get Batman and Superman together in a twin pack, which will run you $19.99. And let's be real, ladies and gentlemen, those prices are $10 and $20. They're not fooling anybody by taking away that penny. There is also this figure available, a Batman figure which you can add pieces to in order to create the armored Batman. And if you look here in the bottom left, you can see that there's another nice feature here. His eyes light up. So this figure will run you more. It will cost $19.99 for this single figure, but you're basically getting two variations in one, plus that light up feature that looks pretty cool. Ooh, we also have here the new Batmobile. Now I will give you a little warning here, or just a little heads up. This does require some assembly. I have watched a video in which somebody put this together. It was a little bit of work, but I feel like it's totally worth it once you get it together. And again, these are metal figures here, and also this metal vehicle has some heft to it, so it's very solid. Good addition to add to your collection. Now, speaking of a collection, I do happen to have two of the Diecast figures in my possession, so I'm going to kick it over to myself, FM, to discuss that. Thank you, FM. Here we have the recently released Armored Batman Funko Pop, which of course came from the Legion of Collectors box. And it is of course a very cool pop figure here. Great design. Love the gold trimming here on his knuckles, the gold belt, even the gauntlets there. All of it looks pretty good, and there's some gold down here as well on his boots, which helps this figure to kind of pop some more there. Pun intended, I guess. Great looking figure. And I didn't realize this originally, but the size is not as different as I thought it was between the Metals Diecast figure and the Pop figure. The big difference, of course, is their proportions. You see difference in head size, where Pops are very exaggerated there, whereas with the Metals Diecast figures, the arms and the upper body, basically the torso, is much more exaggerated. And then, of course, these are metal, so there's heft to them. Biggest difference there. And even on their boxes, it says caution, heavy, and maybe that's kind of a joke, but it's also something to really consider. That is a big difference with the figures. So what we're going to compare here next is I now have the Metals Diecast Armored Batman. Looks great in the box, but let's get him out of the box and take a closer look. What kind of nefarious trap is this? Do they really think that this could contain Batman? Armored Batman at that? Let's free him, people. Let's free him. As you can see for yourself, this is an awesome looking figure here. Very cool design. There is one problem though that I've already recognized. Even though I like the details, I like the battle damage here on the helmet. It doesn't have as much of the gold variation going on here. The belt looks somewhat like gold, okay, but it doesn't really pop as much. The gauntlets and everything, they're cool. They still don't pop quite as much as they do on the Funko Pop. But overall, nice design, nice looking figure. There is one problem though. You see here with the other Batman I have, very strong upper body, and then down here he has Robin's legs going on, but it stands just fine. With this figure, let's just see what happens when I sit him down. And down he goes. We try it again. And down he goes again. So, as with pop figures, some of these die-cast figures may stand better than the other ones. The big difference though is that if a pop figure falls, it's not likely to cause any harm, whereas these have some heft to them. So I'd be very careful about where you put these. You don't want this to fall off a shelf and knock out your cat. So, that is something to consider. But again, just look at the design. Look at that angle there. That is a very cool looking figure. It's just unfortunate that it doesn't seem to want to stand because it's definitely not meant to stay in the box. You saw the design of the box. I don't think this is meant to stay in the box. So I will have to figure out how to get this particular figure to stand properly. Hopefully that will not be an issue with the other figures. I know with the armor here, this is a heavier figure than the typical die-cast figure. So maybe that's just the issue with this one. Okay, but I will give you an update on that as I continue to collect more of these figures. FM, back to you. Good job, FM. Great reporting. Now you know with Funko Pops they have the Nightmare Batman figure, which is a very nice looking figure, great detail. Slight difference here with the die-cast figure. Instead of Nightmare Batman, they refer to him as Desert Batman. Not sure why there's a difference in the name there, but either way, both figures have great details going on. This figure here, you can see they have even more of that dust effect going on the character. I do plan on adding this one to my collection. Next here we have another Wonder Woman figure, this one wearing a cape, but still no shield. Why no shield? It looks so great in the trailer, no shield though. Oh well, still a cool looking figure overall. I would consider getting this one as well. Now ladies and gentlemen, you must admit, this Aquaman looks very cool. Very cool. I think he looks much better than the regular pop figure of Aquaman. Now, as far as the aqua blue Aquaman is concerned, the Funko Pop, I think those two may go toe-to-toe pretty well. But both awesome in their own way. This is another one I think I will definitely have to add to my collection. DC sucks! Sir, that is not necessary. Please do not feel that Metals Diecast is all about DC characters. For example here, they have the Man of the Hour, Deadpool. There are about 174 variations of Deadpool in Funko Pops, so Metals Diecast is jumping on the bandwagon as well, but obviously their figure stands apart here, and I really do like that he's holding a weapon in one hand, one of his swords, while throwing up a peace sign with the other hand. Oh, the irony. Iron Man, soon to be in the Captain America Civil War movie, looks pretty cool here, and of course, If you're going to focus on Captain America Civil War, then you also have to have Captain America. Thank you for your service, Steve Rogers. This is a cool looking figure as well. And all of these Marvel figures will probably be in my collection as soon as they are released. You can go and check out the Jada Toys website, but unfortunately they do not sell these figures directly through their website. They will, however, point you in the direction of some retailers where you can find these figures. I have seen these figures in stores such as Hot Topic, Target, and Walmart, all at reasonable prices. Again, as a reminder, I would not suggest picking these up through Amazon because the prices are marked up. Now, one place you can find them online would be entertainmentearth.com. Not a sponsor, folks. Not a sponsor. It's just a great website. One thing I really like about Entertainment Earth is that it has release dates. In fact, it has release dates for these particular figures here, including that awesome unmasked Batman figure there that you see to the right. So again, check out Entertainment Earth. Great website. It has a wide range of figures, including Funko Pops, of course. And again, it does have release dates with Funko Pop figures as well. So again, check out Entertainment Earth. Consider getting some of these Diecast Metals figures. I think they're pretty awesome. And trust me, your collection has room for more than just one type of figure. A lot of people have been asking me, what are some of the pop figures that I am looking for? So I'm going to share this with you. And these are not pops that I'm looking forward to, as in what is coming out in the near future. These are pops that are in availability right now, but I just haven't managed to get my hands on. Starting off here with the Batman vs. Superman Metallic 2-pack. And the reason why I want these is very simple. They just look much cooler than the commons. I've been to Toys R Us, more than one Toys R Us, multiple times. I've had absolutely no luck. And I really don't feel like paying a hugely marked up price online. So if I never manage to get these in my collection, I can live with that. But if I did manage to get these, the common figures that I have now, I probably would trade these off to a relatively new collector, just because I feel like people that have been collecting for a while, more than likely, they already have the common figures in their collection. I am a huge Punisher fan. If you've watched some of my previous shows, then you know that. And Punisher right now is being represented very well by Jon Bernthal on Daredevil, the Netflix series, Season 2. I'm really enjoying that series thus far. I'm about 4 episodes deep, and I think it's the best representation of the character thus far. And this Punisher Thunderbolts figure, it just looks cool. I already have the black and white suit Punisher. I also have the Punisher Nemesis figure, so I'm really hoping that I can come across this one eventually to complete that trifecta. Next here, the New 52 Reverse Flash. I really don't know much about the character in the comics yet, although I do intend to check out the newest or the latest edition of the Suicide Squad, or I should say the latest team of the Suicide Squad. I do want to check out that series, but I don't know much about this figure. I just think it's a great looking figure. I would love to have it in my collection. Jules from Pulp Fiction. Just how could you not love this character? He's one of my favorite movie characters of all time. I won't waste your time with the poor impression of him. I'll just say that I really, every time I watch Pulp Fiction, I'm just so fixated on that character. I think he's absolutely amazing. One of Samuel L. Jackson's best performances ever. The Poseidon Wrath, I believe it's called the Poseidon's Wrath Kratos. I just think it looks cool. That's all there is to it. I enjoyed the game series. Not so interested in the regular Kratos. I do have the black and red Kratos. And forgive me, I can't remember exactly what that figure is called, but that one looks pretty cool. And I would like to have this Poseidon's Wrath Kratos sitting right beside it. Freddy Krueger, I don't have the regular Freddy Krueger, and I really don't want to get it unless I get this one first, because this one has special meaning to me. When I was a kid, Nightmare on Elm Street 3 was my absolute favorite horror movie, and I literally saw it dozens of times. And this syringes Freddy Krueger is basically a reference to one of the coolest scenes in that movie. So I would love to have this figure, and once I got this figure, that might open me up to get some other horror figures in my collection as well. Finally here, one that I'm sure a lot of you have seen in the stores plenty. I've actually seen it in the stores a couple of times, and I didn't pick it up because I just was seeing it around, so I figured, I'll wait a little while, then I'll come back and get it. I wasn't really focusing on pop figures with rides. All of a sudden, though, this has disappeared from the stores. I don't see it anywhere around me. I do think it's available online with Hot Topic. I'm not 100% sure about that. I do have some hot cash that I planned on spending, so I'm actually hoping that I can find several of these figures next month and make use of my hot cash in order to get them. But again, just to wrap this up quickly, these are just some of my most wanted pop figures that are in circulation right now. You all give me an idea. What are you looking for? I'd like to hear what is on your most wanted list as well. People, do not think that I forgot about the pop of the week. And on this particular week, there is no room for a second runner-up. There is no room for a first runner-up. There is only room for the one, the only, Giant Man. Look at him. Look at him. Isn't he glorious? I'm going to try to make this mail haul section as fast as I can, but I definitely have a lot more to cover this week than I had last week, and that's really thanks to some awesome subscribers out there, some really caring and kind people. Now, I will start off here though by focusing on a trade that I did earlier this week. I'm not going to say what I traded away. I don't think that's really important, but I'll just show you what I got from that trade. I decided to get some more minifigures because, as I've said before, when it comes to minifigures, I would much rather know exactly what I'm getting. So I think trading for minifigures was a good idea. So, of course, I love Harley Quinn. And I really do like the design of this Harley Quinn Mystery Mini. I also got Robin. And you see how many Batmen I have going on here. So I thought it was a good idea to go ahead and get Robin as well. Again, another very cool design. And then next here, again associated with Batman, got Catwoman. And I really love the claws here. I think that's the best part of this. Although the goggles look cool as well. It really captures the figure well. All of these, I should say, capture the characters well. Even though I did a trade to get that Harley Quinn mystery figure, I really did that for a friend. That figure is going to go to a friend of mine because I was already given a Harley Quinn figure here, the same figure, by a YouTuber by the name of Tolly the Towel Man. Very cool, very nice guy. He just offered this up to me, no trade or anything. He just said that he would send this to me. That was very cool of him. So now I have one for me and one for my friend. And I think that's pretty great because a lot of people are into Harley Quinn now. Very popular. And I think with the Suicide Squad, her popularity is just going to continue to increase. Tolly is such a cool guy that he also sent me a keychain of Harley Quinn, this mini pop here. And I will switch this out very soon because the keychain I have right now, I've been using it for a long time. And it probably is time for a change here. Heisenberg. Still a cool looking keychain there. It does have the little light at the end, which takes a lot of pressure on it to actually get it to light up. So it's not the most practical thing. It's a cool looking keychain, but like I said, I think it is time for a change, and Harley Quinn would be a great replacement. Now, he also sent a note. Totally the Towel Man also sent a note here. And it says, FM, I was afraid Harley might get lonely, so I sent a couple of buddies along for the trip. And he said, have a good one. Like I said, really nice guy. And the two figures that he sent along are Wonder Woman. And I really like that pose there. I like how her fists are up and you can see the gauntlets up. And that's the pose that she uses when she's blocking bullets. And then he also sent here Power Girl or Power Woman. You all can correct me on that. I forget sometimes. I believe it's Power Girl still. But like I said, correct me if I'm wrong about that. Don't know a whole lot about this character. I believe that she's possibly a clone of Supergirl. But again, don't know a lot about the figure. But I think this entire series of mystery minis from DC, they all look great. And I would like to have the entire set eventually if possible. So again, Totally the Towel Man, thank you, very kind of you, and also thank for the kind words. One of the biggest recent news stories in the world of Funko Pops was the release of these mystery boxes from Hot Topic with Deadpool related characters. And we know that this is an old mold with different colors on it, but they are meant to represent different characters from the comic, and I'm a fan of all of these characters. Blue representing Fool Killer, green Solo, and then the mystery figure, the chase figure, was the purple with a character called Terror. At first I thought that Terror was inspired by the character of the Creeper from the movie Jeepers Creepers. It's actually the other way around. The character of the Creeper was inspired by Terror. It's pretty cool to me either way. I like what that character is able to do, how he can take people's body parts and organs to replace his own. And also I like his backstory as well. I'm not even going to give it away. Just when you get a chance, check out this character in the comics. Pretty cool to me. Now, there's another YouTuber who goes by the name Pop Hunter SC. His name caught me right away when I came across it on YouTube because I am a Funko Pop collector in South Carolina and he is a Funko Pop collector in South Carolina, and we're both on YouTube, and I think that's just very cool. But anyway, I informed him I would not be able to get out and get any of these boxes, and I checked out one of his videos in which he opened several of these boxes. He ended up with some doubles, of course, and he was very kind, I mean very kind, to actually send me 2 figures. And he sent me Fool Killer here. Very good condition. There's some dust on it. That's just from the packaging. Only, I think, maybe one little crease on the box. Not bad at all, though. This looks pretty cool in person. And I'm glad that the paint job is on point. Now, he also sent me Solo. I did remove Solo from the packaging because I think something did happen in shipping. I didn't even mention this to him because I didn't want to come across sounding ungrateful. We know things just happen in shipping sometimes. And you all let me know, though, if it's possible for me to get a replacement box for this figure. I know it is possible through some websites, but this figure is so new, I'm really wondering if I would be able to find a replacement box. So if anybody can help me out with that, please let me know. I don't mind displaying them out of the box for now, but I don't have a proper case or anything to make sure I keep dust and things away from my figures. So a replacement box would be nice if I could get a hold of it. And I also got a letter here, very short letter, but still nice of them. It says, Franklin, thanks for watching and all the kind words. Ann and Brian. Ann was also in the video that I saw with him. Okay, very nice of them to choose me to send these figures to because they kind of left it open on that video of who they would send these out to. Very nice of them, very sweet of them to send these to me. And I feel like Brian is going to be a friend now. I'm already on the look for some things that he's looking for. You know, I always say people help me out, I try to help them out in return. Hey, Pop Hunter SC, very cool, very nice of him, and thank you as well. If you follow my channel or you've been a subscriber for a while, then you've heard me mention the name Collecting Plastic several times. Yet another YouTuber who's very cool, very nice guy, and he actually won my very first giveaway. He won the metallic Green Goblin Chase figure, and he and I, we've just been cool since then. We help each other out, we look out for each other. We've done a very successful trade, you know, so he's just an all-around cool guy, and I like his YouTube channel. I genuinely like it. I check out all of his videos. I comment very often on his videos. He also was nice enough to send me one of these boxes when he knew that I couldn't make it there to pick up one on my own. And I'll just say this, I was shocked when I opened up the box and the mystery box that he sent was still in the plastic. Most people I know would go ahead and open them up, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I mean, if you paid the money, I completely understand that. You know, Brian opened up his boxes. I understand that. That's, you know, it's just most people would do that. So I was very shocked that Collecting Plastic actually sent me one that hadn't been opened at all. I'll just say he has some great willpower, because I think most people would have had to know what's inside of that box. But he opened up one, and I believe he got Solo. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he got Solo. And I opened up the box that he sent, and I was floored, people. I was floored, and I think you know why. It's because I opened it up to find the Chase figure, Terror, who is actually my favorite character. It just happens to be my favorite character of the three. So I have now those three figures, that full set minus one box, which, like I said, please help me out with trying to find a replacement box there. But without even going too hot topic, thanks to the kindness of Brian, also known as Pop Hunter SC, and Collecting Plastic, I now have this full set, and that is just so awesome. I mean, you know, at that point, you know, with everything that I received, that would have just made my entire week, my entire month. But that's not all of it, folks. One of my subscribers goes by the name Dan Bat Silva, or on Instagram, he goes by DSilva196. He was very pleased with winning a giveaway. He felt very appreciative. Again, I didn't ask him for anything in return, but he said he wanted to make something for me. And at first he asked me to measure my wrist and then get that information to him, which I had no idea what was going on there. Of course, that, you know, it seemed like an odd request at the time. But, I mean, I thought he maybe was making some sort of bracelet or something. I just didn't know what was going on there. But he sent a package to me, and let me just go ahead and show you what he sent. And I'll say, first of all, it came in this box here. You see it says Marvel on there. If you look at the box, you can tell what this is for. You should be able to tell that it's for a watch, and let me show you the watch that he gave me. Okay, it's a black watch here with a band that he made himself, and look at the face, people. That's right, the Punisher symbol. I was shocked to see this, really shocked to see this. Okay, he actually paid attention. He knows that I love the Punisher, and he made this watch for me, and that's just amazing. I'm blown away by that. And I let him know that I was blown away by that. I just could not believe that. And let me describe this as he described it. This is a paracord bracelet, something that he does as a hobby. And the knot that he uses is called shark tooth or jawbone sometimes. Very complex, definitely not something I could do myself. I just don't have that skilled of fingers and hands to work something like that. So he actually crafted this himself. And it's a thoughtful gift. Really, I consider all of these to be thoughtful gifts. And just imagine getting all of these things in one day, folks. Imagine getting all of this in one day. The majority of this came in one day, except for what I got from Totally the Towel Man. His came a day earlier. But what I got from Pop Hunter SC, Collecting Plastic, and Dan Bat Silva, all those packages came together, and after opening them all up, I was definitely emotional. Definitely emotional about it. Just so surprised, because one of the big focuses of my channel is just giving to the community what I can. That's why I do the giveaways on a regular basis. Don't really expect much in return. And when I set up my post office box, like I've been saying, I'd be happy just to get letters, just to get some drawings from people, like artwork and stuff like that. So for people to send such thoughtful gifts, I'm just blown away by that. Really blown away by that. And Dan Bat Silva, this is a talented man. He's a talented man. In fact, I asked his permission if I could show you another one of his pieces. Just take a look at this piece here by Dan Bat Silva. This is a Dragon Ball Z themed Monkey Fist keychain. I like the colors that he chose there. I don't even know what you would call the different techniques here. I guess cross stitching sort of going on and different things. Just different types of knots that he is able to do. Very talented, like I said, and you can sort of see his kit back there and some other projects that he has going on. He also has another talent, which if you go check him out on Instagram at dsilva196, then you'll see what that's all about. I'm not going to say it, just check him out on Instagram and see what else he's up to. And again, Dan, I can't thank you enough for such a thoughtful gift. That's very cool. I'm definitely going to treasure that. I also want to thank again Totally the Towel Man, Ann and Brian, also known as Pop Hunter SC, and Collecting Plastic, for everything that you sent to me this week. I really appreciate all of that. And like I said, people help me out. I will definitely try to help you in return. Okay, and all of you watching, please check out and subscribe to their channels. It's just a couple of quick clicks, and subscribe to their channel, show them some support. These are really cool, really nice people, and they each have their own way of approaching their videos, so it's a nice mix there as well. And I have to thank everybody for taking the time to watch this episode of Saturday Night Vlog. I know that is kind of a long series there, and people are used to watching shorter videos on YouTube, but I really wanted to put a lot into this. It was definitely a lot of work into this, and if you stuck with me all the way through, I really do appreciate that. You're awesome for that. Instead of doing a closing credits like I did within the first episode, I think this episode has already been long enough altogether, so I'm just going to end this up with those upcoming release dates for some Funko Pop figures. And I will say again, I'm very, very close now to 150 subscribers. I'm looking forward to hitting that number. Hope that I can do that within the next couple of days. I'm at 147 right now, so I know it's possible, and you all are making that possible by showing your support and spreading the word, and I definitely appreciate that. You all take care. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.